Hello, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I will be reviewing a Hot Wheels Elite 64 diecast, and I think I might be the first one again to post this on YouTube about the review of, or a first look at this diecast, because I guess I do know that Lamley has showcased it, but like, I guess not a full review of it, but anyways, I got a package today from Mattel Creations, and the car in question, as we're gonna open it from here. I already opened it just to, of course, verify that the car is actually in here. And it's the newly released, I guess, Elite 64 of the Porsche 963. Now, this is so far the second and one of only two Elite 64s that I now own in my collection. And this one, honestly, I had to, ever since I saw a leak of this, I think probably a couple of months ago, if I remember, that they were going to make an IMSA slash hypercar, GTP, LMDH, WEC hypercar, whatever you want to call it, prototype as a diecast. I wanted to jump on that ship as quickly as I could, so literally the day it came out, I purchased one, put it in my cart, bought it, waited about a week, and here, or about almost a week, because I got it today, the day I'm recording it, and now it's here. So I'm really excited to look at this one, because this is a couple of the motorsports inspired cars that Elite 64 has come out with, and I do own one which I'll showcase later, maybe, because I don't know, the other Elite 64 diecast that I own doesn't particularly relate to this car at all, but I mean, it is technically an Elite 64 motorsport car, so we kind of have to. So yeah, here's the packaging. Nice big protector for it. Of course, the packaging obviously looks really cool. Elite 64. We got the Porsche 963 on the front. We got the Porsche little hologram sticker, which is really cool, just to show you that's actually officially licensed. And the diecast, now it looks nice just judging from the packaging, but although I've seen a few complaints, and I'll get to those, and especially a few things that I want to talk about as well. And here's the base. We're going to open it, of course. Doesn't hurt me to open it. I mean, I did open up the other one that I showed before. The other only Elite 64 I bought, because I actually do really want to look at this out of the box. Even though the packaging obviously looks nice on this one. So yeah, here's some of the specs that's here. Porsche 963, and boy, what a time they decided to actually release it after the huge news, which obviously I'll get into, about this car and a certain series he used to compete in. If you know, you know. Some of the specs, some of the origins, the types of engines it has, the transmission, and all the licensing stuff. And it has a bunch of licensing from many of the sponsors like ANSYS, Tag Heuer, Puma, Penske, and Mobil 1, because this is technically a Penske Porsche, or Porsche Penske Motorsport prototype car, hypercar. So yeah, I guess enough talking. Let's take it out of the protector here so we can take a closer look at the packaging, and see if I can take it out of here without damaging the packaging too much, because I do like to keep them, like I kept the other one as well. Yeah, there's the protector. I'll put that aside for now. Yeah, here's the car, obviously looking really, really cool. Obviously we're gonna get into that in a little bit. I mean, I could just do the review like here if you want, but of course that's gonna be boring for y'all and for myself, because I actually want to hold this car. So yeah, and this is number 17. I think this is the 17th Elite 64 they've made in its history. This is number 17 so far. Kind of like what they do with Boulevard. Like they put a number, I forgot which one was number 100 actually. But yeah, let me cut away, and I'll see if I try to cut the bottom of this and show you all the car. Well, that actually might be a new record time for me. That took me probably less than 10 seconds to cut. I was honestly shocked. But yeah, we cut it, and yeah, it has an extra plastic in here, so you gotta be careful with it. It already wants to fall out, which I don't blame him, because I really do want to see it myself. I'll put the die cast aside, put the packaging inside. And yeah, look at that clean cut, man. That is nice. That is nice. And let me get my little turntables out as well in the meantime here. And yeah, here's the die cast, and holy smokes, man. Yeah, let's put it on the turntable here. Move my camera down, of course. Let me turn it on here. Man, oh, wow, I was there in silence for a little bit. This car is, man, I can't stop looking at it. It's really, really sick. Really, really nice. It's starting to sound like an ASMR video now. Oh man, this car looks absolutely stunning. You know, like Hot Wheels has just gotten into the trend of endurance racing, I guess. The IMSA, the WEC, or the World Endurance Championship. And this, honestly, looks insane. Now, I know this might sound like I'm glazing Hot Wheels here, and you know, I obviously want to try to avoid that because I'm not affiliated with them by any means. I purchase these things myself. No sponsorships, obviously. So I could be as biased or unbiased as possible here. All this is just my opinion, of course. But this car, it looks sick. I know there's other brands that have made it, like Mini GT, and they actually have the official IMSA license to produce these cars, and you know, that's something we're gonna get into in a little bit. But yeah, this car looks really, really cool. It looks very accurate to the real 963 prototype, and that races in endurance racing, like I said, IMSA, WEC. And yeah, this looks really cool. And you know, like I said, they were just getting into the whole endurance racing thing again. You know, releasing the Ferrari 499P. That car, I really want to find it in premium, but that's gonna be a pretty difficult one to find. Like the Cadillac GTP hypercar, that's a big elephant in the room. I mean, look, I got the brick version in the background here. Um, and a bunch of other like hypercars, like a Peugeot, I think, and a bunch of other stuff, or a Peugeot. Yeah, that's how you say it. But this diecast is honestly kind of long. It looks, well, I might have to compare it with some cars here in a little bit, but it is a kind of a long model, which I mean that's how the prototypes are in real life. The GTP class, well, that's what we call it in IMSA, but also the LMDH class, I think, overseas. Yeah, this just looks awesome because it's accurate, it looks cool, and man, usually I look at the camera here, but I'm just staring at it with my own two eyes here on the side. um, yeah, this is awesome. Zoom in a little bit, get a closer look at it. So, of course, this competes, like I said, like I've mentioned already, IMSA, WEC, and yeah, it looks really cool. The tires, I've been looking at it. It looks like they're plastic, but they are actually rubber tires. And here's the base. No detail except for like some of the aerodynamic bits, like the rear type of diffuser. But that's pretty much how it is in real life. So not gonna judge it too hard on that. It has rear view mirrors. That's really cool, and it has the like painted application on there, which is really sick. Okay, that camera angle honestly looks really cool. um, yeah, and okay, of course, the big elephant in the room with this car, and something that I've seen and I have also complained just a little bit in my own times. But of course, there is no number at all, no number on the side or number plate, I guess, on the front. I'm not exactly sure the reason why they couldn't just put like a random number, because of course there are two that they run two in per team, and both of them look similar. They just have like little differences in the striping, I believe, the color, and I guess the headlights if you're actually running. But yeah, it's not based on a specific driver. It's just the livery itself with the sponsors, but no number on here. I think they might do that just because, you know, IMSA and the WEC, I think they use somewhat different number placements. But honestly, it honestly looks nice like this either way. Yeah, it's on Michelin tires, slick tires, which is really cool. The wheels are new, I think. Yeah, they're definitely new because I've never seen this wheel style. Painted black. Got the little Penske logo on there. We got the sponsorships, Mobile One, Tag Heuer, of course the Porsche 963. Everything is die-cast metal. The top, the chassis, the rear wing. I think it's part of the body. I can't really tell. It doesn't look like it bends, so I think it might be metal. It's just I can't really feel it nice. Or maybe it is some sort of plastic, but honestly, it looks really nice. Got Porsche on the rear wing. Got the spine. Well, I'm looking at the other side. It's gonna be literally gonna be the same thing. So we got Michelin. We got the Pumas, tiny Puma logos, and tiny Mobile One, Tag Heuer, ANSY's logos. Um, Here's the rear with the taillights. Just one long taillight there, and I believe that's the little light to tell you if the caution's out, I believe. Kind of like an Indy car or Formula One car. Um, yeah, this looks really cool. And of course, the openings on the rear tires and the front tires, so you can see. So it's technically open wheel, but not really at all. I mean, okay, it's not an open wheel car. It's just kind of funny how they just open it here, but it's probably more aerodynamic stuff. And here's the left side, going to be pretty much similar. The front headlights they're inserted plastic, so they're separate parts. They're not painted. Um, yeah, and they got the Penske logos on the fenders. We got the striping down the middle, and it kind of goes all separate. It honestly looks really cool. I honestly really like the liveries on this. And then more the Tag Heuer, Mobile One, Michelin logos, sponsorships, and then here's the base. Painted black, Porsche 963. So, yeah, this is going to be... This one I can't wait for some new releases. Maybe they can make that yellow one that races in IMSA. Even though I know that thing is really slow. But, I mean, compared to that one, these Porsches, specifically Penske, are dominant. They're dominant in IMSA. And that's where we're going to kind of get into, what's up with the Porsche program in WEC. Unfortunately, they are not coming back to the WEC. Surprisingly, I think the official statement from Porsche was because I think they just wanted to be more involved in IMSA, which obviously they have been more dominant. I think they won the championship, the Constructors' Championship. I think that's how it works in IMSA, I believe. I don't know if it's like Formula One. But yeah, Porsche, the team won the championship, obviously because they've been winning so many races and been the most consistent manufacturer and team. I mean, heck, I saw them win at Long Beach when I went there. They won at Long Beach. I honestly don't remember if it was actually a P. It was both of the teams finished 1-2. So this team, they're forced to be reckoned with, obviously, in IMSA and in the GTP class. So, so it's cool that we have a diecast of this, and like I said, other diecast dealers have made them, or diecast manufacturers have made them. But, people like the Hot Wheels brand, and it's more recognizable, and it's cool that they made them in Elite 64 instead of Premium, because like I said, I like that 499p Ferrari. The pixelated decals just kind of turns me off there. It still looks cool. I'm still willing to buy it, of course, but yeah, they gotta fix that problem, because premiums just look like this with that type of decal that isn't pixelated and looks like it's been in 480, 240p quality on there. This actually looks like a premium diecast, honestly. But of course, they probably wouldn't sell it because of the rear view mirrors is trying to go backwards there. So yeah, I'm really happy to have this one now, and like I said, first look, I guess first review, a solo review of this car. Pretty happy about this. Now I'm gonna show y'all the other I guess Elite 64 diecast that I do own, and it's obviously one of my favorite cars, Hot Wheels ever made, the 1989 Toyota Hilux Stadium truck. Obviously the Porsche is gonna be longer, but of course the Hilux is gonna be a taller model. Yeah, I guess a little size comparison. The Hilux is definitely just a little bit on the shorter end. Um, this is making the Hilux look more like make it look more like a monster truck here, with how low the Porsche stands and such. I would imagine it's obviously to scale. If you put both of these cars in real life, it's probably going to be around this scale, but I mean, who knows? I mean, what combination, in what event would you see both of these cars parked at the same time? Honestly. But yeah, this is obviously cool. Cool casting, cool release. I love this one a lot. Of course, not to undermine the Porsche. Yeah, I really love this Porsche. And I guess another thing I could compare it to, maybe, I mean, it's technically endurance racing. I mean, why not? The BMW M3 GTR that they've just released in premium. You can see both of these cars on the racetrack, honestly. These looks proper. Obviously, the BMW is older, sure, but I mean, who's judging, anyways? And another car I wanted to show y'all here, and it's obviously going to make the most sense if I could find it anywhere. Obviously, I'm looking through my box here, so I apologize. And it's the Cadillac GTP hypercar, and this specific release is the one that came with the brick set, which I've never shown on camera. So this is going to be a first to show it on here. Yeah, I've been collecting all of the colors of this car so far. The only one I'm missing is AMAC. That one's going to be a pretty tough one to find. This one, it is exclusive to the brick set, but obviously I got the brick set for my birthday, and this car came with it. So pretty stoked to have this one. Of course, it's going to be the same shape because GTP, that's the class they compete in. So you know, let's do a little comparison. Of course, you can't compare a mainline to this premium piece of diecast here. The Porsche is a little bit longer. Yeah, let me zoom out a little bit. Sorry about that. Zoom out a little bit there. The Porsche is a tad bit longer than the Cadillac. But that's interesting. I don't know if that's how it is in real life. I mean, I know this is supposed to be the prototype. This is not the official LMDH Cadillac V Series, whatever it's called. But it looks proper. The rear wings, obviously, looks almost the same. The openings on the fenders, yeah, it's really cool. But what about width? Actually, I'm just gonna put both of these. Um, the Porsche just a little bit, just a touch, but it's not much of a difference in, I guess, in width. But yeah, nice to have this one. It's only been in mainline so far, and hopefully they do make a premium version of this one or redo their Cadillac. Maybe put them in Elite 64. Make the yellow one. That would honestly be really cool. But I mean, I could dream, right? They could make a Porsche, no, not a Porsche, a Cadillac hypercar in Elite 64. It's not out of the realm. They can make it, but yeah. So yeah, this is really cool. If you want to pick it up, I suggest it, especially if you're a hardcore endurance racing fan or just racing fan in general, because this car has been dominant in the IMSA circuit specifically. So yeah, I'm really happy about this one. I'm added to my collection of, I guess, my favorite cars of all time. I always keep adding new cars, but there's some new cars that come out and honestly look really cool. Because, like I said, the Hilux, I had it in the package, but it's just I really love that car so much. I just kept the packaging, just took out the car and put it in my nice little box that I have now. So this one will be safe from breaking, hopefully. Especially the thing I'm worried about the most is the rear view mirrors, but obviously since I'm a collector, I don't play with these cars. I should be fine. So yeah, that has been the review of the Hot Wheels Elite 64 Porsche 963 hypercar. Yeah, this is a nice car. So if you liked it, please give it a like, subscribe. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. We're at 837 currently at this video. So if you get to 1,000, that'd be awesome. So yeah, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.